2021, the year that we forgot to highlight. Part of the reason the perfume is booming is because all the beauty people are going into the perfume world and the skincare world, because that's where we are now. Maybe in 2014, 2015, 2016, maybe even 2017 we were still doing that, but we're not gonna fall for the hype anymore. You know what I mean? My life is a mess, but I'm still trying to have fun with it, right? I have a lot of makeup and Kevyn Aucoin. What dans ton coin? Coin. I like to use a little bit of both to add some contrast and dimension to my brows, but I won't lie, it can be a long process. So it is kind of a commitment in that sense if you don't have a lot of hairs like me. Hey everyone, so today I'm going to share with you what I have on my face today and also what I have in my current makeup rotation. I want to shop my stash. I want to appreciate the makeup I already have, because as a makeup lover and hoarder, I just want to use the makeup I already have, and I think we can all understand what that means. No, but for real, like, my makeup area it's scary, you guys. If anyone is interested in a makeup declutter or anything like that, please let me know, because I have never ever decluttered my makeup. And that might sound like nothing to some people, but I've been living like a beauty guru for years. I have a lot of makeup, and I am overwhelmed by it, and I don't use a lot of it anymore, but some of it is really good too. And so if you're interested in anything like that, please let me know, because I would love to share with you. I don't know how many palettes I have. I probably have almost 100, like, I don't know. Okay, so today I want to share with you today I want to share with you a shop my stash, and if you guys enjoy these videos, I am gonna make some more regularly. So the idea behind this is that every time that today's a filming day and I do batch my filming. I'm a mom, I have a business, my life is a mess, but I'm still trying to have fun with it, right? So I was thinking, you know, every single time I do my batch for filming, I always try to do my makeup nicely, and I've been getting a lot of questions about my makeup, so I thought I would share with you all the makeup that I'm planning on using, well, that I did put on, but also that I will probably be trying to use in the next few weeks. Like, basically, I want to do a rotation, so like a shop my stash once a month. If that sounds like something that might interest you, let me know. I do have some new products, and it would be a cool way for me to be able to insert like my comments about some of, you know, popular products or new products I'm trying, or also techniques, makeup techniques, without making a whole video about that. So let me know what you think if that interests you, and I will keep it in mind. Today I'm going to share with you what I have on my face already, and also what I will be using for the next month. For the last, I guess, year, I've really been enjoying shop my stash sort of routines, which is really great if you have a ton of makeup. It just allows you to really be able to use up your makeup in a deliberate sort of way, and you also get to revisit old products and always keep something fresh and new in your rotation. And it also allows you to, you know, divert your energy away from wanting to buy new products, because as we all know, the makeup world is extremely oversaturated, and I actually have a video in the works that I'm thinking of doing. But part of the reason the perfume is booming is because all the beauty people are going into the perfume world and the skincare world, because we've had enough of makeup. We love makeup, but we have so many products. We're so oversaturated. ColourPop a few years ago started that trend of just coming out with new eyeshadow palettes every single week, and we're just kind of over it, right? But we still love our makeup, we still love our products, and there's still some amazing products out there, and we're also more knowledgeable than ever. With that comes, I think, a need to be a little bit more conscientious about the makeup that is put out too. Like, there's a lot of, I think that consumers are not going to fall for the hype anymore, you know? Like, we want something that's good quality, we want something that's new, we want something that's innovative, but we don't want, and if it's the packaging, then so be it, then it'll be the packaging, but we're not gonna fall for like the crappy products just because they have a good name on them. You know what I mean? So that's where we are now, you know? Maybe in 2014, 2015, 2016, maybe even 2017 we were still doing that, but not anymore. So what was that sound? That sounded like a bad sound, like a bad beat. But anyway, I did want to show you what I was working with to start off with. So you will see me fresh faced with nothing. You will see that I have a few blemishes. I have some discoloration. I have some fine lines. I have some blotchiness, I have some dryness, I'm barely getting any sun. My skin is very pale in a sickly sort of way, to be honest, I think. Then I just used this Touch in Sol Glassy Primer. And this gives you that, it's called the Glassy Skin Balm. This just gives you that really nice glassy skin look, which is just kind of dewy and shiny and radiant and youthful sort of looking, right? So next, after that, what I did was I actually mixed two foundations. So I took out my Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, but I have the shade Cashmere, which is very pale. Like, it can work for me in the winter, like right now, but to be honest, even then it's still a little bit pale. So I mixed it, and this is a foundation I'm only using for mixing because it's actually like way too warm, orange, and dark for me. And that is by Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation in Golden Beige. My shade is Vanilla in Too Faced, not Golden Beige. I can do the one that's under Golden Beige, I think. I have golden undertones, but this one is like the most golden of them all. This one is too gold for me. But it works well if I mix it in with another Too Light foundation. I will say I don't really like the scent. Do You? It's supposed to have like a juicy watermelon and fresh cucumber scent, and it just kind of smells like bad breath to me. That's like the worst. Actually, that's kind of like the worst diss I can make on any scent or fragrance. Yeah, like for me, bad is just if it smells like bad breath, which to me is just like atrocious. Like, I don't want that scent ever on me. For concealer, I picked out my favorite Born This Way concealer in the shade Light Nude. I think this one, I think they are discontinuing these. I don't know, because again, a lot of my makeup I find at Marshall's. Well, it's called Marshall's in the US. Here it's Winners, or TJ Maxx in the US. Yeah. And so this concealer I really like. It's called the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer, and I really like this concealer to use when I'm not necessarily doing a full face of makeup. I still use it when I do a full face of makeup, so I'm kind of lying there. But what I mean is, I like that, first of all, this color, it's not light. It's the same color as my skin color. So see, like today, I didn't do anything like light or anything. I didn't highlight in that very obvious way. And it's just really creamy, hydrating. It doesn't look dry on the skin, but it still has a good amount of coverage. Not the most full coverage, but it still has a pretty good amount of coverage. And it's definitely less like drying and cakey than like the Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer, which I also have. But I think this one's my favorite one. After that, just to set around in my makeup, I did take out my very old Bare Minerals Mineral Veil Powder. I've had this, you guys, for, I kid you not, since the first time I bought something at Sephora, so like 2015 or 2014, maybe 2014. It's a powder though, you know, it's a powder. It's fine. But it has been in so many bags. That's why it looks disgusting like this. And it's like, it's not even just dirty. Like this is it has like spilled clear nail polish on it, so I can't even wash it really. Like, it just, that clear nail polish just kind of coated the whole thing and made it really irreversibly funky looking. I just put like a little bit of powder, not a lot, just a very light dusting of powder. After that, I went in with just a little bit of contouring. Nothing harsh, just a little bit. I like this. I don't usually contour that much, although it might look like I do in my videos because it's just in the videos, but in real life I don't usually contour that much. But I really like this one because the powders are really not that pigmented, and that might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually really nice when you want to contour a little bit and you want to be casual about it and you don't want to accidentally make mistakes or anything. I like that with the deep highlight too, I can kind of use it as a blush, as an orangey sort of blush. So yeah, I like this palette. I use it also to clean up a lot of mistakes with the lighter highlight. After that, this is a first time that I used it. I used the Kevyn Aucoin. Okay, everyone says Kevyn Aucoin, and I don't know if is it Kevyn Aucoin? It must be, I'm gonna say it how everyone says it, Kevyn Aucoin. Kevyn Aucoin. It sounds a lot better than Aucoin. Like in French, it would be Aucoin, and Aucoin, it's a little weird. Like you say, tu vas dans ton petit coin là-bas. Like when you've been a bad boy or something. Kevyn Aucoin. Va dans le petit coin. Va dans ton coin. Aucoin is like, it's like a duck. Okay, we were talking about Kevyn Aucoin. The Neo Bronzer in medium, dusk medium, and this is totally, I realized, a little bit dark for me right now, but it's so beautiful. What I really like about the Kevyn Aucoin products is I do like that he has that, I don't like this with all products, but with his face cheek products, I like these dégradés, like these, what do you call that? Ombre? Ombre is French too. Dégradé, by the way, is like ombre. So I'm like, yeah. So I like that it goes from dark to light. I really like that. This is the Dust Medium, which I recently got at Winners. There you go. And Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo Blush in Pink Sand, soft dusty pink. And again, this one I wouldn't normally get like a pink shade, but I don't know if you can tell. I really like that on one side it looks more like salmon-y, and then it gets more baby pinkish. So I really like that. I also wasn't sure. There's also Rose Cliff and Grapevine, and those look really nice too. Next up, I picked for highlighter. I picked my very trusty favorite Amrezy Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter, but to be honest, you guys, I have not been highlighting very much. I know, right? 2021, the year that we forgot to highlight. I did have some new brow products to try. So the new brow product that I had to share with you is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax, and I just wanted to share my thoughts about this because I really was excited when this came out, and I was wondering what it would be because I have experimented with a lot of with that trend of like the fluffy brows, and I really love it. But as you can see, I don't have a lot of brow hairs, so I don't have a lot to work with, and they're also very different on both sides, and they're unruly. My brows are very unruly, so I wanted to see if this would help out and how I could use it. I found that it worked really well just to sort of mold and place the brow hairs before you start your work, and then you can just kind of take the spoolie and mold as you go a little bit. I found it's not a revolutionary product, okay? It's not. But, and it's not something I use on its own, which I wasn't sure, you know. I was like, maybe some people, if you have perfect brows already and you just want to fluff them up and keep them in place, I do think that you could actually, this would be amazing for a grab and go kind of day or makeup free day if you have great brows and you don't need any filling. But if you need some filling, it's not going to do that for you, obviously. I used the Real Her brow pencil in brown, I think, and it's just a medium soft pencil. I like when it has a little bit of give, but not too much either. I don't want it to be too creamy, and this one's not my favorite one, but I do like it. I also used the Lime Crime Bushy Brow Pen, which I really like, and I think I first heard of through Alexandra Anelli. Yeah, love her channel and love her brows, just the best brows. Yeah, so I used that, and I also used the Bushy Brow Lime Crime in light blonde. So the thing with the bushy brow is that I have two colors. I have the brown and I have the blonde, and at some point I forgot which one I had in my hand and I started applying it and it was too dark. So there's a little bit, I like to use a little bit of both to add some contrast and dimension to my brows, but I won't lie, it's definitely like, it can be a long process. It's not something that I would do every day all the time necessarily. It's just as time, it takes just as much time as like doing your eyes and everything, like your eyeshadow and everything. So it is kind of a commitment in that sense if you don't have a lot of hairs like me. The Brow Freeze Styling Wax to me reminds me a lot of like a cross between a wax pomade and soap. So the soap brow trend is something that I think is beautiful, and again, like I said, I think if you have the natural brows for it, it's effortless, it's beautiful, it's high fashion, it's so cool. But if you don't, it just shows all the hairs you don't have too. So that's where you have to fill them in. And I noticed in the demos of Anastasia that when they used this product, they would kind of they would switch the brush. They would first brush it up, and then they would switch the brush over on the other end, and with the ferrules they would just press, almost like in a laminated sort of look, you know. They would press the brow hairs onto the skin, which I just tried just because why not. It doesn't stay there, but it can give you that that structure while you're sort of shaping out your brows. And you'll see what I do with my brows. I do tend to sketch them out first, and I do need to do this because I have very, very unequal brows. Like, they're just very unequal. So I will do that. I like this product. It's not, I don't regret buying it, but I think it's definitely overpriced. I mean, it's $30 Canadian, and there's nothing special, for example, about the packaging, obviously. The product itself, like, it's, you guys, it's like a cross between a wax and a soap. So the pros of using this over soap is that you don't have that white fluff from the soap that tends to gather if you're mixing it with the water and you're using it. That happens to me, I don't know about you. And that kind of feels heavy on your brows, so I like that it feels less heavy than soap. And I like that it does stick and hold better than a wax. So yeah, it's really a cross between a wax and a soap, and for that reason I think it's worth experimenting with if you already like the fluffy brow sort of trend and you want to explore that. But if you're not into the fluffy brow thing and you hate the soap brow thing, like, you're not gonna like it, and it will literally be useless to you. So those are my thoughts about Anastasia's Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. Did I use anything else in my brows? No. Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I did. I always carve them out a little bit. Currently what I've been using to carve them out is the Benefit Bowing Concealer, the Airbrush Concealer. Here, I've had this for a really long time too. But anyway, this is in the color 01. I think there's just 3 colors, 01, 02, 03. And these kinds of concealers I don't really use like on my face to cover anything. And as you'll notice too, I didn't really cover any of my blemishes. I let my skin shine through. I just use this to carve a little bit and sort of add lift or dimension wherever I want that. Eyeshadow. Okay, so on my eyes, I didn't apply any kind of primer. I just used the rest of whatever was on my sponge when I was doing my foundation, and I patted that all in, and I also had like a little bit of the concealer, patted that all in, dusted some powder, and there we go. I am using the Carly Bible palette, and this is a very beautiful, beautiful palette. That kind of went under the radar because it came out like right after the Jackie Aina palette, I think, which was an amazing palette. I think it was kind of dismissed as perhaps being a little bit boring, a little bit lackluster, a little light, but these shades are actually really, really beautiful. There's a lot of dimension. I really like that there is a combination of warm and cool tones in this palette so that you're not left having to exclusively stick to one, you know what I mean? There's a really good assortment of glitters, of metallics, of shimmers. I really, really, really like this. The Bear here, I am not a huge brow bone highlighter, but this is the most perfect brow bone highlighter I've ever had. It's just kind of satiny, so it's not completely matte, and it's definitely not shiny either, so it's really, really nice. Beautiful colors. Let's swatch a few of them just for fun. We're gonna swatch My Angels, Aura, and OA. My Angels, wow, wow. Aura and OA, wow. Like, aren't those amazing? I don't know, I think they are. Ooh, so pretty. So I used that, and then you know what I actually didn't use any of these shimmers on my eyes today. I actually used this Couleur Infallible Sahara Treasure 021 by L'Oreal, and this is one of those things that I'm just kind of like, why do I never pick this up? It's so good, you guys. You see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? I did use a little bit of NYX glitter glue. I really feel like that makes a little bit of a difference. You use such a little amount. I literally just use like a dot, and then I go like this. I go put my finger in the whatever shimmer I want, and then it just sticks and it stays there and it prevents fallout, and I love it. I love it. I think it's like $7 or $8, and I will not lie to you, I put off buying this for like a year because I was like, I don't want to spend $10 on a primer. But it's a game changer. And what I'm wearing on my lips is one of my favorite Essence lipsticks, and this is an 05 Cool Nude. I think they have a new packaging now. but this is just like a mauvey, a pinky mauvey sort of color. Very inexpensive, right? I think these are like $3 maybe Canadian. Like they're very it's like some of the cheapest makeup you can buy at the drugstore. And then, hey Christine, so I'm pretty sure these are the lip liners I've been using. First is Steve Laurent, and I'm gonna put them here, right? This is Steve Laurent in Chic. Wow, the line, okay, I put a really dark line and it makes it look darker than it actually is. So I'm gonna, to be honest, like it's not a great lip liner. I'm sorry, Christine. It's a good color and like I do like it and I'm using it, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is the very expensive Makeup Forever lip liners, and I'm avoiding buying them and I'm trying to just use up all these other lip liners, but I might buy one because I just love them so far. So much. So wait, so the first one, okay, so this is the lipstick. I hope it's in focus. This is the lipstick. This is Steve Laurent Chic. And this here is Maybelline, oh no, sorry. L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail Lip Liner in Nude. So as you can see, this one's a little bit more cool toned, a little bit darker. This one's a little bit warmer toned and lighter, more peachy. So yeah, I kind of like used a combination of both of those, and it's okay. I don't absolutely love it, but it does the job, if you know what I mean. Like I said, I really want, I forget what it was, like there's these lip liners that I used that I got like as a sample and I used all the way to the end, and it was a Makeup Forever one in 2C, I think it was 2C, the color. So good. Oh, last but certainly not least, because to be honest, I don't think that a look can be complete without this, is mascara. And so the mascara that I did use was the Lash Paradise Voluminous by L'Oreal, and I love using this as a base coat. So I don't typically use base coats, but if I want my curl to stay and I want it to stay there all day, the best base coat you can use is a waterproof mascara. So the one that I used was this one. I like this one a lot. The other one I really like is the Maybelline, what is it? I'm gonna put a picture of it if I forget. But the lash curler one, really nice. That one too. Like I might even like that one more than this one. They both just give me like a really good curl, a really good thick volume, and they're really good base mascaras for me. And then on the top, to build up my volume and length and color, I went with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and this is one that I'm just trying to use up. It's getting a little bit old. It's a very messy mascara to use. I always get flecks at some point somewhere. There's a big wand. The formula is rich and sticky and thick and gunky and very black, which is great, but it also means that it can get messy very quickly. So I do need to be more careful with this one, with the big huge wand, but it does build your lashes. If you like those big, maybe even clumpy lashes, I don't mind clumps. Better Than Sex mascara does work. Not as a standalone mascara in my opinion, if you don't have curly lashes. Like if you're like me and you don't have natural curl and stuff, I would still go with another base, or this wouldn't be a good standalone curling mascara, but it's really good for volume, I will say. It is. So there you go. And I think that's everything, you guys. Yeah, those are all the products that I used on my face today and that I am going to probably use the next few weeks, or until my next, I mean, yeah. So yeah, you guys, that's my makeup basket for this month, my shop, my stash for this month. I hope that you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me in the future. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think of some of these products, if you use them, or if you like them, or if you don't like them. I'm interested in knowing your thoughts about the Anastasia Brow Styling Wax too, specifically. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon.